I wonder what that means now for them as a family. If they're gonna stay in California or where they're gonna go. You know, I know he's
he
talked
keeps
about.
talking about leaving, but I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to go anywhere. She's got all her family out here, and I think he just gets fed up with some of the California bullshit. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, such is life, right? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, like you can't really win. You know, you can go somewhere else and be like bored.
Yeah, go ahead and try and move out of California, bro.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. See if you like it, man. I doubt it.
About it.
That's
I don't know.
why, you know, honestly, that's kind of how I feel a little bit. But
Yeah, I don't know. I've had thoughts like, well, where would I go? And then I'm like, I have no idea. It's like I don't really want to go back to Missouri. I think I would just go crazy if I was there.
dude, you would be like a full form alcoholic at that point. I feel like, you know, I don't
Probably nothing else to do.
yeah.
Gotta go to Austin, Texas.
What's there?
Joe Rogan's comedy
freedom.
mothership. Freedom.
Freedom.
What'd you say? Real.
Freedom.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I thought about like if I were to move into like Atlanta.
Atlanta
Why?
seems kind of dope. A lot of black people.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. It's like they got like a Hollywood sort of thing building
ATL?
up there.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
you know.
been on the fucking upswing for like a few decades now, man.
no
Yeah.
kidding.
I was
It's
down
dope,
there.
Good food.
I was down there earlier in the year, and it was like, oh, this is a pretty dope area. You know, there was my cousin. And I was like, shit, I could hang out down here.
Okay. I just picture Atlanta being like old Detroit or something. I don't know.
Oh,
way
dude,
nicer.
it's been on the upswing. Like Detroit's on. I think Detroit's having a slight resurgence these days, but
Yeah.
ATL's like stock price been going up,
Wow.
and it's
Well-
just it's like a black mecca city at this point too, which is like dope. And they're just like, I don't know. I want to visit. It seems cool.
I don't know. Would we be allowed to visit, Alvin? What would be the?
It's diverse.
You're
It's-
allowed, but
it's
I have to take you behind the curtains. Atlanta's basically Wakanda, so once you get behind the hologram that makes it look like it's all forest, and then you get behind that and you see it's a metropolis, like that's what
Yeah.
Atlanta is. I wasn't supposed to tell you that, but you
Maybe
know.
one white person you see is actually like they have like holograms to make
Yeah.
them they're actually black.
Oh my God! This place is
The illusion of
magical.
diversity.
Yeah,
The fucking tech is just like light years away. You know? They're
Yeah,
like, what?
vibranium everywhere.
I want to check it out. I want to go to Nashville too.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
liked Portland, but Portland was just like a little too weird.
Is it too hipster or what?
You tell Pat your Portland story?
I haven't told that story, but I don't know if we have to get into. Portland is like it lives up to a lot of the stereotypes. Like I was
Okay.
on like the dating apps and stuff, and there were so many like ENMs or no ENMs, which is ethical non-monogamy types,
Oh.
and just like everything was like
Wait, what? What is this? Ethical
ethical
non.
non-monogamy.
ethical non-monogamy, which basically means you're polyamorous and you might be coupled with somebody already, but they're open to being like thruples or whatever.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
There's
Yeah.
like a lot of that, you know. There's a lot of the stereotypical like blue-haired, you know, indignant lesbian. I kept joking with it's like you can feel that this whole city was designed by lesbians. And everyone was just like, yeah, go ahead. It's like the men are like super like I don't even like to speak in these terms, honestly. It's not really how I think, but it's just like the beta energy from a lot of men was just like on full display. I was like, I just think my dad could beat up every
Oh,
and I
man.
loved the city. It was great. It's very unique. It's got its own energy, but it's a little silly sometimes with how
Yeah.
far they kind of take it. And it's just like, okay, cool, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not as progressive as I thought. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, yeah, I'm progressive, but then I'm like,
Yeah,
there's
no,
a
There's a moment where
few
you go
things-
wrong, though.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
few things where I kind of draw the line still a little bit, where I'm like, wait, what's happening?
For sure. It like made me swing in the other way a little bit. I'm like, I'm super progressive, but I was just like, this is just silly. Come on. It's like, it's too much.
Too much. Yeah.
But like, I'll tell you what, like New Orleans is fun. Like, I
Oh,
like that city
yeah.
a lot. Like,
I want to check that out. Yeah.
But New Orleans is like kind of trashy, but it's kind of like you can embrace it. But I love the live music everywhere. You can just like, there's always so much like going on.
Yeah. What I mean, like, what? Yeah. What is the music scene like? It's like jazz, blues, kind of like.
You can get that, but then you can get kind of like a standard rock band going,
Oh,
and like
okay.
so many just bars just have live
Yeah.
music going. You know,
So
where
did
it's
you
just
do
like
like
a
the
guitar.
famous Bourbon Street, like bar on every?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did that a little bit, and it's chaotic. Honestly, it's like a bit too much.
Yeah.
But you still kind of have to go through it. But there's some that are like they're happening, but they're a little bit more low key, and I
Mm,
like that. But there's just an energy in the air,
yeah.
and they've got like it's like haunted vibes there, you know, just because of the architecture and the history. And there's like a lot
Yeah.
of like you can do like haunted tours, and they'll talk about like the origins of vampires and stuff.
That's
And it
pretty
was like
rad.
yeah, it was a cool story. It's like a lot of it came from this one ship that was like delivering wives to this nunnery, right? And it was like the
What?
women were getting sick and they got like scurvy like on the trip, and they shipped them with tiny wooden coffins because
Oh
it was
God.
like half their means of you know, like it's their duffel bag. You know, they gave them that, and
Yeah.
then if they die, they can just put them in there.
Oh
You
my
know, so this
gosh.
was a way they were traveling from
Wow.
I forget some like Eastern European place, and they were meant to be there for wives because there were so many men there at first. They were just like, we need
Wow.
wives, you know.
Send the wives.
So
Send the
so many
women.
of them got
Yeah.
sick, and they were like pale and gaunt and looking like half deaths. So like when they showed up in the day, all the men were there, and they're like, well, okay, we can't take these women out because they're so fucked up, like
Oh
they're
my
gonna freak
God.
out, you know. So the nuns like took them off the ship in the middle of the night, and they were all looking like vampires. And somebody saw this and started reporting it as like these are evil women and blah blah blah. And so like this is one of the many like legends that grew in that city while you
That's
know, in its
weird,
early
man.
formative years.
I just can imagine like being so horny that you have to like ship over like a fleet of women, and then once they
Yeah.
get there, being like, I don't know if I'm that horny. Like, how
Yeah.
bad did these women look? To where you're just like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's so funny though, because back then it's like somebody had to write a letter because so many guys were like, "We're too horny. We're too horny. There's no women here."
We
And it's like,
need
all right, I'm
women.
gonna write a letter to the king and see, be like, send over some child brides. I
Yeah.
got a lot of horny dudes over here. Or
Jesus.
mute me if
Christ.
you don't do it. So if you talk about progress, we've come a long way.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, actually, we've done pretty well. Like, yeah. Jesus Christ.